once again on behalf of the management board and all the players in the UPSA Cooperative Credit Union. It is very important at such occasions or meetings to remember what brings us together. And so I just want to recall this, and it's very important for me, and I believe it's important for our chairperson and her team, that annual general meetings like this are yearly organized for members and shareholders of clubs, companies, and organizations, basically to ensure that where there is the need for discussions, deliberations, decisions to be made, resolutions to be passed, then we all collectively do that. So this gathering is a gathering of interested parties, and we are here because we are interested and we feel belonged. And we give God the praise and the leadership of this union all the credit for that. So without much ado, I want to call upon Honorable to come and lead us with his, can I say your voice will be delicious? Very palatable and very nice. All right, so can you lead us as we sing?
Hello. So it goes like this. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world. 1, 2. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world. It's a small world. It's a small world after all. It's a world of laughter. It's a world of tears and cheers. It's a credit union. It's a small world. It's a small world after all.
Come on.
It's a small world after all.
That is fantastic. We are doing well.
It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world. Thank you.
That was amazing. A whole risk manager singing like a chorister. Can we applaud him once again? Let's give it up to him. Thank you very much. At this point, I just want to introduce, and as the program matures and goes on, we will have the opportunity of receiving some addresses from these invited guests from other credit unions and other very important unions that make meaning for this union. So with a round of applause, can we welcome Dr. Philomena Darcy.
Thank you all for coming. And we also have the Director of HR in our midst, Dr. Cecile. All right, so page 9. So this is my report, which is for the year. Now, all protocol observed. The VC was not able to be here, but at least he's with us in spirit, and he's a member as well. So the VC, the registrar, is also a member, and then we have the risk manager of KUA, so I'm assuming he's representing KUA, and then we have the regional manager of KUA, Greater Accra, for which we, the credit union, UPSA, we fall under. So he is Mr. Dan Kofi. Okay. And then we have our field officer. He's in the name of, she's called Rhoda, but she wasn't able to be here, but she's represented here by the regional manager. And then all invited guests, UG, Trinity, and Presec. Now, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this year's annual general meeting and to account for our stewardship for the period July 2021 to December 2022. Now, this period is as a result of it's been 18 months since our last AGM, because there was a resolution to have our annual general meeting slated to end the financial year to end in December 2020. In December, so ours ended just December 2022. Now, looking at the economic environment, generally after COVID, everything has changed. So there are measures to maintain some stability, and this includes like controlling inflation, managing fiscal deficits, and controlling a very stable currency. Now, this restriction of the national debt has affected bonds, and for some reason we didn't invest in bonds, so we don't fall under that problem. Now, despite all these economic hardships, we made a very successful year, and we are thankful to God. Now, if you look at our performance, we've put it in a table form, and so you will see that we've progressed very steadily over the period. So we started in 2018, August 2018, and we are now so we are going to be 5 years this August, but our financial year would end in December. So the performance is as it stands from 2018, 2019, 2019 to 2020, all the way to 2021, 2022. So from the table, we see that membership grew by 400 to 585. Assets also doubled from 825,132.61 to 1,681,131.20. Savings also increased from 751,966 to 1,419,458.34, which represents 88.7%. Loans also increased by 135% from 429,692.40 to 1,014,019 cedis 60 pesos. Shares also increased by 83%, that's from 51,518 to 94,318. Investment reduced from 285,316 to 56.56 to 283,740.08. And then net surplus also increased by 350% from 26,132 to 117,715.83, exceeding the standard of 5%. Now, when it comes to governance, you know, all our members are elected from the various groups, and this was imported from Legon, where I came from. And so we also followed that step, that all members to form a group, which should come from the group in either FUSAC, TEWU, GAWA, or UTAG. So the period under review, we have one of our members who has been elevated to a senior member, so she will be replaced at this AGM. Now, let me highlight the achievements we have so far. Now, we were able to grant all our loans. Nothing stopped that. It doesn't matter the figure. Once you qualify, your loan was granted. And we made sure that you got the loan either the same day or the next day. But we are trying to beat Legon, which says 24. What is your thing? You know, I'm able to refer so quick, so easily because I handed over to Francis. So he's just a step away. So we are trying to beat every system because they keep referring us to Legon. Legon doesn't do this. Why are you like that? Legon doesn't do this. And I said, Legon is 50 years plus. We are just 4 or 5 years. So please, munya putrema kakra. So we were able to, you know, grant all our loans, and then we were able to also develop a website where members could go and have some interaction. So currently, our credit union is on our AGM report is on the website. And then we are trying to get our SMS in the process. That means once you pay in something, it will reflect, on your phone. We are trying to do that as well. We've gone through all the process. We are left with just a few points to get it in activation. And then we also held a meeting here and developed a 5-year strategic plan, which we are implementing. And then we were also able to fulfill our obligations throughout the year. That means either loans, paying our dues, and then providing high quality services. So we kept our word and strengthened our relationship with our members. And then the audit was also successfully completed. So these are some of our achievements that we had over the year. Page 11. Now the challenges, some of the challenges we are facing. 1, power outages. Then the lights go off. And once the lights go off, we don't have what it takes to have a generator. So we are at a standstill, Now, our office space too is very small. If you have visited the office before, it's just a place that about 2 or 3 people can just. So we have a problem with the space. And then our staff strength currently is 2. And we are praying that the university would consider applying and give us another one. And then delay in members' standing order. We've granted opportunity. When you go to Legon and you want a loan, it's strictly by your salary and affordability. But we have granted something extra just to make our members comfortable. And we say you can pay by standing order. That's one too they are giving us for Wahala. So please, sometimes they quickly go and remove the money before the money hits. In fact, immediately the money hits the account, is deducted. We know, especially Christmas time and festivities, they don't have mercy for us at all. And I say that this is an integrity matter. You said you've come to borrow, so please leave that amount of money so that we can be able to take our loan. You see, we are helping one another. So today you take a loan, the next time another person will take a loan. So please, when you take loans, let your standing order amount stay in the account so that we can be able to withdraw. We are pleading. Then the last one, members' shares. In fact, when we started, the indicator was that shares should be at least 5%. So we were working within that. But now, statistically, we are supposed to be 10%. Shares is supposed to be 10% of our assets. So at this AGM, we will have put out a resolution that every member should have at least 500 cedis. So we have a solid base of our credit union. And then insurance of loans. When people come for loans, they don't want to pay insurance. Then again, they refer, Legon is not paying insurance. Legon, you see what you are doing to us. Legon is not paying insurance. And I said, look, I was at Legon when this insurance came, and I was spearheading it, but we were a new credit union which has started. We needed to meet all the indicators before we were registered. So we just couldn't afford to say we will not do it. And I know that there are issues concerning the insurance. But let me tell you, it is to our own advantage. And so today, I invited the manager of risk management to come and educate us. Because some people say we should still scrap it. Legon doesn't pay, so we shouldn't pay. But it's to our benefit. So today, Mr. Ajima is here to educate us on that. So these are some of our problems and challenges that we are encountering. All right, so the way forward. Now, we want to make sure that we must all make our contributions to saving and use loans as necessary. Now, since we own and run the union, we must all do our part to ensure its success by regularly making deposits and repaying our loans. Now, KUA has informed me that, and the board, that once we have our minimum shares, today we are going to have a resolution, 500. Once you have the minimum and you have any extra, you can withdraw. At first, you couldn't withdraw, but now they're giving us the leeway, so times are changing. So please, if you have any extra, please pay it into the credit union shares. You will get dividend. This year, we have proposed a dividend of 30%, but we are going to propose it to be a bonus share so that everybody's shares would increase by that amount. So please, we would want you to approve it when the resolution is put before you. And then we also want to introduce kiddie policy, where we'll be having some savings for our children when our wards growing up, and want to launch it on the 1st of July. And then we want to emphasize the importance of commitment of our valued members. I mean, I'm happy when people take loans and they see the joy. I mean, I can tell you everything I have done is with credit union. So are all the people around me. If you are close to me, you definitely be a credit union fan. I mean, I grew up knowing nothing apart from credit union when I started at Legon. And so I took my staff and everybody to know the essence and the importance of saving and taking loans with a credit union. If it's a car, if it is a building, everything is credit union. So I don't know how to take a loan from a bank. No, it's a credit union. If you see anything about me you like, I'll tell you it's a credit union. So it doesn't only develop you, in terms of your assets, but it also develops you, the human being, as you go along your things, you have something backing you. And to me, I think the credit union is one of the best things that ever happened to me. So your commitment is vital in shaping this future of the credit union. This is ours. Today somebody came to my office and I said, today we are doing a gym, are you a member? She said, no. I said, why? I'm at Legon. And I said, oh, I belong to 5 credit unions because I came from Legon. So that was the first credit union I ever joined. When I came here to UPSA, I introduced the credit union. That was my second, I introduced the credit union to UPSA. So now everybody comes and joins UG. I don't have a problem. But now we have our own. So I said, look, still belong to Legon, but bring 1,500. It's okay, we like it. The money I save at Legon, it's nowhere near credit union here. But I still join because you never know when you need money. So I always encourage members. I was a consultant for police. I have another account there. I was a consultant at a credit union in my community. I also have one there. In my church, I also have one. So I belong to 5 credit unions. It doesn't take anything from me. All I have is that I just put the minimum, maybe 50, maybe 100, but I make sure it's constant, it's consistent. So sometimes when I'm looking for some money, and I remember that, this my credit union is there, then I go and take. But I don't take loans all over because I can't bite more than I can chew. So as for taking loans, I'm measured in what I do. So please, I will encourage everyone. Don't say I belong to Legon. Today I intentionally invited my friends from Legon, so they'll speak to us. Then, lastly, I want to show some gratitude. I mean, those who, when we started, it's like, is it going to work? It's not going to work. But this year will be 5 years. And I can testify people who have enjoyed our services. And so I want to thank God Almighty for bringing us this far. And I know that the way Legon has flourished, I was there, I was the first manager there. And so I stand here on authority and I know that this one too would flourish. Now, I'm so grateful to the Vice Chancellor because he also believed, she just said, I want you to do this for UPSA. And and he provided everything. He provided everything, office, stationery, everything we need to make it happen. So I'm so grateful. The registrar, all of them are members. Director of Finance, everybody is a member. So you cannot afford to say you will not be a member. So I want to thank all of these people for their unwavering support and for providing the necessary logistics. Then our assistant analyst, I say Ayiko, for the support. And then I commend my board and committee members. They have stood, when I say something, they believe in me. They just stand with me. And I want to thank the staff as well for their commitment and dedication. And then to you, fellow cooperators, Credit Union, happy family. I just love everyone who is a member of the Credit Union. And I know that one day you will see me and then you thank me for introducing this. Credit Union, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Philomena Dazi, for showing us the light in UPSA to follow our seniors at University of Ghana. I am very sure everybody here can testify that this credit union, though not as old as University of Ghana Credit Union, has added value and made our lives better. So thank you very much for introducing this fantastic scheme in our university. We want to invite University of Ghana Credit Union to give us a short address, share some beautiful experiences they've had with us, also give us some statements of felicitations. That word, if you are not careful, you ban. So thank you very much. Felicitations. Thank you.
Good afternoon to all members. We have something small and a short greeting from Legon. First, we want to appreciate the invitation from the board, especially Madam Chair, to be part of this AGM. We also want to appreciate members for supporting the union and your contributions and everything that about the union this far over the past almost 5 years. We want to say that AGM is a very important part of the union because it's a platform for the board and the staff and committee members to account to members for their stewardship. And so we want to say, we commend the board for hosting this AGM. Some unions don't do it, and so we want to appreciate the board for that. We also want to say, encourage the members, as Chair was saying, it's all of us that build the union. And so, as she said, she craves for your support and indulgence so that we can build a great union. On this note, I want to say, wish you all the best and then greeting from Eugene as an institution, and also greetings also from the members of the board of UG Credit Union and all the members of UG Credit Union. Thank you.
Well, let's put more videos.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I just got wind that he is the board chair of the University of Ghana Credit Union. Sir, we appreciate you very much. All right, we have some neighbors also here from the Credit Union of UPSA. Please, let's bring the honors.
The chairman mentioned UG and mentioned UPSA. So you notice that when you are coming from UG and you are coming down here, you have to ask permission from Presec, because we are at the dialogue. And so we gave them permission. We gave you permission to be here. And we know that when UG is at the right-hand side, you are at the left-hand side. And so we are embracing you, and we are welcoming you faithfully to the credit union family. We are a happy family. Our wish is that you grow in leaps and bounds. And as the word of God will say, that he who comes to the Lord, or he who finds the Lord, finds faith and favor. And so may the Lord's favor locate you and let you grow. May the Lord's favor touch you, that as you move from 800,000 to 1,600,000, you will grow, your assets will grow in that way. And as I look through the minutes, I realized that last year's ATM, or the past ATM, you held it for 1 hour 35 minutes. I think that there is more to do, and there is more land to cover. I believe that as UG grew at the university level, you also grow in that manner. We wish you the best. We wish you the best for UPSA. Amen.
Fantastic. So, regional manager, come and do the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit Trinity. Come and conclude it for us. Let's welcome him.
Thank you very much. And see the board chairperson, the authorities of the university, leadership of the UG Cooperative Credit Union, Department of Cooperatives, my colleague Ajiman, all executive members hearing gathered, fellow cooperators, good afternoon. I must say that it's a joy to be here. It's a joy to be here because now that you have given me the opportunity to represent all the credit unions in Accra, I guess my job will be extremely lighter because once I report on one, I'm reporting on all. Hello. So greetings and felicitations to all of you from the leadership of KUA. I must say that the movement in Accra is one that we compare to none. And if I say the movement in Accra, I'm talking about the Cooperative Credit Union movement and concept in Accra. Let me report to you that at the end of 2021 December, we were having to count about 120 cooperative credit unions, at which time the national data was around 450 credit unions. But at the end of December 2022, we have had to add few more, at which point we had about 130 credit unions in Accra and about 500 nationally. Chair, why is it important to draw your attention to these statistics? Just attempting to situate your performance and your uniqueness within the movement in Accra. And I'm zeroing it down to the academic institution cooperative credit unions. And we are counting about 5 in Accra. If you take the academic institutions cooperative credit union, about 5. And here by now we have all had to appreciate that the one that is driving all of us in setting the pace and giving us hope and courage is the University of Ghana Cooperative Credit Union. let's say this is their achievement. But in the last 5 years, what shall we count as our achievement? And so, speaking about the University for Professional Studies Cooperative Credit Union, and counting 5 years, we have had to remember a humble beginning. Hello? A humble beginning where asset was not more than 200,000 Ghana cedis. But by the second, third, fourth, and fifth year, we have had to count an asset of about 1.6 million Ghana cedis. All our desire, perhaps if you look at the strategic plan drawn, is to operate even at a higher pedestal than the University of Ghana, since that is our model. But we remember the 5 years, and there is one more thing that we can talk about as our success. If you look at the university community and you want to find out the level of acceptance of the cooperative credit union activity, this is one of the things that we can also say, particularly to all of you who are gathered here as shareholders. You have embraced the concept for a little up to 5 years. And you have not only embraced it, we have also seen your participation in terms of deposit mobilization, participation in credit activities, and in all, your crave to ensure that the young credit union sustains and sustains very well. It is one of the things that we can talk about over here. And we know too well and clear in our minds that if we continue with the level of acceptance of the concept here, the next 5 years should not be a double of our performance, but it should be one that will be quadrupled. Hello? And so this is the reason why I want to appeal and encourage all our members over here that too many people in the country today are finding reasons to choose the cooperative credit union. And I want to just cite why. If all of us gathered over here are financial services consumers, one of the things that comes to mind if we want to take a financial decision, first of all, is to find out if that institution is duly regulated by the laws of the country, since we are a sovereign nation. Happy to tell you and announce that by the second year, your leadership have taken all the steps, regularize your operation, and you are duly recognized, registered, and we see you as an institution that is backed by law. If I feel that that is good enough, and you also who are financial services consumers want to find out what else should be the motivation for joining, you want to find out the value creation of your economic and financial activities. And each one of us over here, once we speak about financial services, the key consideration is which institution gives me the value for the things that I can use my money for. We all know, just quite recently, the Economic Planning Committee of Bank of Ghana met. At the time, the policy rate was around 29.5%. They contemplated increasing it, but by smooth and swift intervention of the operatives in the country, they were not able to increase it. Let's find out the effects of that on our economic activities. It is to say that the policy rate defines the cost at which the banks and other financial institutions take credit from Bank of Ghana and re-lend to the public. So Bank of Ghana gives out at 29.5%. If you were an MD of a bank over here and you are interested in creating value for your shareholders, the question is this: how much margin will you add to the 29.5% before selling to the public? It is the reason why the cost of credit in our country till today is quite high. I never want to mention any amount. My fear is that maybe I may not be speaking well, but I want you to find out yourself, particularly this is a research institution. And if we were to talk about the quality of the loans, perhaps any other product, and you say, oh, the loan, the quality of it at the bank is higher than the quality of it at the UPSA Co-operative Credit Union, then that might convince us to say that, okay, the quality of the loan there is better. But what defines the quality of the loan? Perhaps the rate at which you obtain it, the speed at which you obtain it, and the coverage terms at which you obtain it. Fellow cooperators, you are witnesses that this economic value creation much more is better contained over here than in the house of other service providers. And it is the reason why I am proud to report on behalf of all the 130 cooperative credit unions in Accra, and to drive home the point that you have made a good choice. Hello? And if you have made a good choice, you must stand to benefit from the good choice that you have made. And one of the things you can do to keep enjoying the benefits is to remain a loyal member. Today, we are paying a glowing tribute to the University of Ghana Cooperative Credit Union. Having heard that your chairperson had once led there as management member, and if she has a vision of replicating that over here again, then it means that the survival of this one equally is very high. Hello? And so I feel quite proud this afternoon, meeting all of you and having to recount the achievement we are making in the country. Today, not many other competitors are able to tell us they are able to grow annually at a rate more than 20% per annum. And we have done some research across some areas. And within our own fraternity credit union, for the first half of this year, having audited some of the societies, we have seen annual growth averagely of about 40%. But look at your own achievement and you will appreciate it a little more. 48% annual growth from 1.1 million to now 1.6 million. And these are very, 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 very key. Ladies and gentlemen, I tend to say that if we have to consider some critical decisions today, one will be for us to see how we can double our shareholder base. And after that, two, we also want to find out how we can align what we call the capital structure of this credit union well, because it is one area where technically we have pointed out to the leaders. And you have a role to play as shareholders. If you look at the capital structure of the University Credit Union as it stands now, liabilities are growing higher than equity. And any fund manager amongst us will say that that certainly is not a good financial structure. It's not a good capital structure. And I hear it well covered in the board chairperson's report that one of the things we can do to correct that quickly is to allow members who have capital to come on board in terms of shares, add a little more and allow it to stay a little longer. And if not even that, but we can move a motion here today increasing the share capital per member, that will also be a technical and a prudent decision to get to where we want to be in order to correct the capital structure that is not pointing out too well. Beyond that, I think that largely the UPSA Cooperative Credit Union is in, let me say this one quietly, a comfortable lead. Hello. But, Madam Chair, must we not be interested in decisions and strategies that sustain our growth? And if we look at all the strategies, one I think we must revisit, even though we have had feedback from our members, is this issue of protecting the loans that go to our members. I see it as a topical thing we have to discuss. And the manager in charge of that is here. You read the report of Bank of Ghana somewhere in 2018, a publication that communicated to the Ghanaian public reasons why some of our competitors or our colleagues failed in the industry. And among the 7 reasons cited, one was that, to a very large extent, many of the directors and leaders of those institutions were not mindful of risk consideration. So they exposed the institutions to risks, and the risks consumed them. Particularly here where 69% of the total fund are supposed to be in loans. And I see you doing already 61%. Madam Chair, what it means is that we are almost at the max of the standard of loans. And if 69% of the total total asset is in loans, and you don't take simple risk factors and measures to mitigate risks surrounding those loans, if such risk crystallizes, what are we going to do to guarantee our sustainability? It is the reason why I feel strongly that there shouldn't be a comparison of someone who have existed for 50 years and we are 5 years, 45 years difference. You see, I certainly would have appealed to you that let's contain it a little longer, up to a period that capital adequacy meets the standard, growth meets the standard, and other indicators working positively. Then we are at a position to revise some of the risk measures that brings burden to our members. Madam Chair, I guess I am not speaking too much. In that sense, let me end it over here, knowing that there are other people that must speak. Fellow cooperators, greetings and felicitations to you from COA leadership.
We want to hear from our auditors in terms of our accounts, issues bordering on our performance. So let's welcome our auditors.
Please, can we turn to page 18? Independent auditors report to members of UPSA Co-operative Credit Union Limited. We have audited the accompanying financial statement of UPSA Co-operative Credit Union Limited, which comprises the statement of financial position as at 31st December 2022, and the income statement, statement of changes in equity, and cash flow statement for the year then ended, and a summary of significant accounting policies and other explanatory notes. As stated in the credit union's bylaw, the board of directors are responsible for the preparation and fair presentation of these financial statements in accordance with International Financial Reporting Standards, Cooperative Society Decree 1968, NLCD 252, and other regulations. Our responsibility is to express an opinion on these financial statements based on our audits. We conducted our audit in accordance with generally accepted international standards on auditing. Those standards require that we comply with ethical requirements and plan and perform the audit to obtain reasonable assurance whether the financial statements are free from material misstatements. In our opinion, the financial statements give a true and fair view of the financial position of UPSA Co-operative Credit Union Limited as of 31st December 2022 and of its financial performance and its cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with Cooperative Decree 1968, NLCD 252 and industry standard. Signed by myself, representing the Department of Cooperative, Catherine Tufor, and my co-auditor, representing COA Limited, Rhoda Nemson. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Catherine Tufor, for doing us the honors. We want to invite Mr. Nathaniel Kwao to give us further statements.
Thank you very much. The financial statement was seen on page 16, from page 16. The financial statement from page 16. So total gross margin for the year 31st December 2022 amounted to 181,380 Ghana cedis and 9 pesos, as against operating expenses of 63,664 Ghana cedis, 26 pesos, of which we had a net surplus or return on average assets of 117,715 Ghana cedis, 83 pesos. We also have our financial highlight too, which is the balance sheet on the next page, 17. Total assets amounted to 1,681,131 Ghana cedis, 20 pesos, as against our total liabilities and equities of 1,681,131 Ghana cedis, 20 pesos. On note 20, which is the cash flow statement for the year ended, we have net cash generated from operating activities for the year ended 31st December 2022 as 123,661 Ghana cedis, 90 pesos. We have net cash used in investing activities of negative 41,050 Ghana cedis. We also have net cash used in financing activities of 25,411 Ghana cedis, which gave us a net increase of 108,022 Ghana cedis, 90 pesos. When we add our opening cash and cash equivalents, at the beginning of the year, we have 502,020 Ghana cedis, 62 pesos, giving us a closing cash and cash equivalent of 610,043 Ghana cedis, 52 pesos, of which the notes to the financial statements are attached from page 22 to 30, from page 22 to 30. I, Nathaniel Enekwa, move for a discussion and approval of the financial statement ending 31st December 2022.
Can we have somebody second? Okay. Mr. Jekegaku has seconded. I want to invite Mr. Ajiman.
Thank you very much this afternoon for inviting me. I think it's over 4 years since I stood and picked a mic to speak. I was attending every AGM in Ashanti region, but since I came to Accra, this is my first AGM. So, RM, thank you for inviting me. We are doing the loan protection plan, that's the LPP. But I learned most of you are not happy with the program. See, it's simple. Manager UG is my church member, but he's not patronizing my program. We talk behind the scene. My name is Hajibo Judgment. I'm the risk manager for KUA, the whole Ghana. I met him first in Upper East. He was the regional manager there. Then North region as regional manager now. We are all in Accra here. So we have moved a long way, so we understand me better. The loan protection plan was introduced to KUA in 1988 in the Volta region. You see, when you are taking a loan facility, the reasons you have in taking the loan is there, which you pay back. But we realize there are some two situations when it happens to you. It will be difficult for you to pay back the loan. One is death, and the second one is disability, whether total or permanent disability. You see, if someone owes you and the person dead, can you retrieve your money from the person? No, straight away the money is bad debt. You can't. You can't go to a mortuary or the cemetery to collect the money. The money is gone. If someone who has had an accident and is capacitated, he can't work again. Doctor's report states he's capacitated. It's more like somebody who's bankrupt. You can't take your money from the person. The money is gone. That's why KUA saw that it's necessary to bring in the risk management program, the LPP, so that it can take care of these two problems, the death and the disability. So what we brought in was every loan you insure or you take from the credit union, insure it against these two. We are saying every 1,000 cedis you take, you pay 1 cedi a month as insurance. I'm not sure it's too big money you can pay. Every 1,000 cedis, pay 1 cedi a month as insurance. And we are saying, should anything happen to you, the 1,000 cedis you have taken from the credit union, who will step in and pay the money for you? Even if you are paying 900 cedis out of the amount, you will still bring the 1,000 cedis. What happens is that the 100 cedis left is what the society will deduct from the 1,000 cedis who has brought to you to pay off the loan. The 900 Ghana cedis is given back to your beneficiary. It's yours because you have done your own insurance. So that money comes back to you. Last month, we paid, was it Hydro? So close to 1 million Ghana cedis. Insurance they have insured. We paid to them. I remember my first instance when I met Mr. Kofi. We were coming from Boga. When we reached Techiman, and then one of the regional credit union just heard that we were in town. So we thought that a member has died. So asking how he can recover the insurance. You see, there was a herbalist in Kwanzaa PA, and he was on his way from Kwanzaa to Techiman. He also used a motorbike. The motorbike is a motor vehicle. They say the amount was too small. And then he ran under a tractor. Instantly he died. Now he has taken a loan of 40,000 Ghana cedis. He had paid around 35,000. So left almost 5,000 to be paid. And he passed away. So when the manager called, we asked, have you insured the loan? He said, yes. I said, then there's no problem. You submit your documents, file them, and bring them in pay. Within 2 weeks, when the claim comes, within 2 weeks, they settle it. At times, when a claim came, the same day we paid the claim. One of the credit union managers in Accra, he brought the claim in the morning, he went up to see our general manager. The time he got down, we were working on the check. I said, are you feeling? He said, yes. Because we don't delay, we know how important it is when it comes to risk management program. So what we are saying is that, so when they brought the claim, we settled them. So the manager went back to the family, he was going to give the check to them. So what you have, the 40,000 they insured, the man has paid 35,000 out of it. So 5,000 cedis was taken out from the 40,000 who are brought. So the 35,000 plus the savings he used in securing the loan were all added together and presented back to the family, to the beneficiary. Don't say, oh, die be die. So once I die, I don't care what happens to my family. Don't do that. I think you might have a provident fund, you might have so other means, in case something happens to you, you can deduct the money from the source. But the question is, what are you leaving behind for your children and wife and husband? You should think of them. I remember last 2 weeks I was in Techiman. A board chairman took a loan from the credit union. He took 60,000 cedis and a top up of 10,000, which is 70,000. But he insured only 40,000. Reason being, the insurance was too much. So the money he was going to use the loan for cannot meet once the deduction comes in. So he insured only 40,000, which the manager agreed because he's a board chairman. So you can't argue with him much. He took the loan, bought a car, and the rest, we don't know what he used to rest. So he parked the car at the credit union premises and went to Kumasi for checkup. He never returned. He died. The manager was my best friend. I didn't know he had died and had been buried. Last time I was going to Kenya for credit union meeting. He came to, I picked him from the VIP yard, but the flight was around 10 p.m. So I took him home, cooked for him. We watched Premier League matches. I dropped at the airport, he went. He died and was buried, I didn't know. So I went to touch myself. Your friend is dead though, his claim. When did he die? And so last December. So, wow. So I brought the claim to Accra. I realized he showed only 40,000 of the amount, 70,000. So how much is left? 30,000. So now the 30,000 is going to be deducted from the savings he has. So it means you have to import the car, he parked at the premises. He can't take the car back. The wife is there. They have lost the car because it's owing. He failed to insure the whole 70,000. We could have paid the 70,000 to them, which means is that the savings he had, about 20,000 plus the car, could have gone to the family. Now the family is losing the savings plus the car because he failed to insure the whole amount. It's not fair. So the risk management is coming to help all of us. As my Chief Executive, all my life, before I got to know the insurance, I wasn't making much impact in life. But the credit union, we can't stand here and boast, but at least we have gone far in life. What we are saying is that every loan you are taking, we are begging you, insure the loan. Should anything happen to you, we pay off the loan to you. If you are not there, we pay it to your beneficiary.
At this point, we want to go to the last but one item on our program. The last but one item is about adoption of resolutions. And as we've been told earlier, there are resolutions that need to be adopted for our shares to be improved and our security in terms of insurance and among other things to also be very secure for us. I sought to look for the meaning of what a resolution is, and it's simply a firm statement to do something or not to do something. So we are going to make an emphatic decision, a firm statement, and to do that we have Mr. Jekedakun, who doubles as a vice chairman for this union to lead us. Thank you very much. Well, let's welcome him.
Thank you very much, Honorable MC. Good afternoon to everyone. The directors, being mindful of the fact that we need to grow as a union, have decided to put the following before the shareholders for a possible adoption. One, the board of directors hereby proposes and resolves that 30% of the surpluses or the surplus of the financial year be paid as dividends and capitalized into members' shares accounts. So the union is growing, and for the very first time, we want to propose to shareholders to convert a percentage or 30% of our surplus of the financial year into dividends for members, but we want to convert it to increase the shares of our members. So that is the resolution that we want to put before shareholders. So at this juncture, we want...
Thank you very much, our able, competent Vice Chair of the UPSA Credit Union. We are at the point where we want to look at. Okay. All right. So, before we start talking about any other matters or any other business, we want to swear in the new member, and so I want to welcome the official responsible for that. Let's welcome her.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Good afternoon, distinguished committees. I'm honored to be here. Our sister Abigail Atta, who stood in for the position of supervisory committee member, she was vetted and approved, and she merits all the requirements to be a supervisory committee member. So this is an opportunity for us to swear her in. She is going to take an oath into her office. So can we please invite Mrs. Abigail Atta. With a round of applause. Welcome, madam. Please, you are going to take an oath to your office. This is binding by law. So whatever I say, you say after me. You are going to begin. I, Abigail Atta. I'm sorry. I, Abigail Atta. Having been elected to the office of a supervisory committee member.
Having been elected to the office of supervisory committee member.
Do in the name of Almighty God.
Do in the name of the Almighty.
Swear that.
Swear that.
I will preserve.
I will preserve.
protect and defend the bylaws of my credit union, and that I will dedicate myself to the service and well-being of the members of the union, and to do the right to all of them. I will not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal any matter which shall be brought under my consideration in the discharge of my duties. I will to the best of my judgment, at times when required free, give my counsel and advice for good management of the affairs of the association. I shall also not do anything to bring the name of the society into disrespect, to attract bad public image. I further solemnly swear that should I at any time break this oath of office, I shall submit myself to laws of the union and suffer the penalty for it. So help me God. Congratulations, madam. So I also want to take this opportunity to applaud and congratulate our outgoing member, Mrs. Nanaya Obe, who did a marvelously work, and she is coming to, you are coming to continue. Please, with a standing ovation, can we applaud and congratulate her? She is moving to another office now. God bless you, madam, for a new background. Thank you, madam. Okay, sorry. Please, you can join me here so that. Please, can you welcome guests?
Other board members. Do we have other committee members?
Other committee members can also join to congratulate them. Welcome here. It's a new office.
Let me present them.
Trevor.
Please come and welcome her.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think I'm grateful for everyone who has joined us in this meeting. And I want to say that together we make a very big pool which will we will all enjoy from the benefits. If you are not taking a loan today, tomorrow you will take it. And then you also allow others to also benefit from it. That's why we are a happy family. And so I want to thank you all for an opportunity to come together again. And then at the end of it all, tomorrow morning when you hear the call crew, it's the leadership of the credit union saying thank you very much for your attendance. Thank you.